Hey, hello. I feel like I'm sitting too close to this thing. That's better. Hey, V.
Hey, how are
What's
you?
up, lady? I feel like
Nothing
this.
much, nothing much.
Okay, let me make sure. Girl, I'm like running back to back meetings, so I was like, let me hurry up and. I hate being late for stuff, but I also hate to be that person that's like, I have to drop from the call.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I'm busy, so welcome. And you actually on time, so I feel like we need to give everybody a little bit of time to jump in, because I usually don't have people show up on time and connect successfully. So this is amazing.
Hey, that's true. Like the technology issues be real. Like,
Man, and I'm actually recording from my actual office because I just came through the closet today. I'd be hot as hell in that closet.
look, I don't know how Chris be doing it. Like he be in the closet. I be like, how and why? Like I'm not ever gonna be in the closet. Like that's
Literally,
not a
it's so
thing for
hot
me.
in the closet, and my husband keeps saying, "Why don't you just like buy you a sneaker mess backdrop?" And I'm like, every time I go to buy it, I can think of a million things I can spend money on. Coco, girl, I call myself running from my dogs, and they still manage to find me.
Girl, that's what they do. Like they hunt you down.
Girl, they be like, "Oh, you in that room? Okay, we be there in a minute."
Right. We hear you. You can close the
we
door if you want, but we hear you.
right. Aisha said she'll make me one. Okay, help your soul sis out because I can't do that closet until that closet becomes a room. I'm just, I don't know if we going 2022. I think we done with the closet. I think y'all seen enough of my sneaker boxes because that's all it is, literally.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's like trying to have that in the background, trying to have the sneakers themselves in the background. But
Yeah, I
I
be
can't
trying
do
to be
it.
all official, and I be in there sweating bullets. Okay, like for real. And I don't like clothes. Like I'm claustrophobic, so and I don't like clothes in places. So I
Hmm.
really be in there doing it for the culture. Okay. Okay, so it looked like we got a pretty decent number. So I want to go ahead and get started because I don't want to keep you because I know you got a family, and also because I know we're gonna talk and it's gonna run over the hour, and we only
Yeah,
get an hour and a half before IG is like, "Nah, sis, you can't post that." So
right.
I want to make sure that we get as much of the good conversation in because a lot has happened this week in the sneaker
Girl.
culture, and some good, some not so good. So I want to make sure we get to it all. So without further ado, welcome to Sneaker Chat. This is episode 3 of season 2 with my girl V, or Vianta Weathers, aka Shorty C's wife. I feel like, like when I first met Chris, we were working on Soul for Life, and he and I instantly connected. I don't know what it was, but like he was instantly like my brother, and when he told me he was married, I was scared. I was like, okay, wives of men who love sneakers be looking at us other women like, okay, ho. And I was so nervous because he and I had this like instant connection. And I was like, this woman is going to be like, who the hell is this Kai girl texting my husband, asking him to jump on lives? They talking about doing meetups and stuff. And then I met you and I was like, oh, okay, she has the sneakers too. So she probably don't even think nothing of it.
I
Great.
know.
So that's how I know you. But please introduce yourself to the rest of my sneaker chat folks over in Sneaker Mess World.
All right. So I am Beyonce Weathers. As Kai mentioned, wife of Shorty C94. Uh, that is my claim to fame, right?
That's so terrible.
it's cool. It's a family affair, right? So my hashtag, my handle is VWeathersHR. I use that on everything, TikTok, Twitter. I'm most active on Instagram though. And of course I have my hashtag VWeathersHRKicks. So if you go to my bio, I have it linked there so you can see all the pictures that have been taken of my sneakers over the years. I'm really just now getting active on social media, and that is because of my husband. So I've been collecting for years, and I've just been more private and reserved with the social media stuff. Even like on his page, like he'll post me, but I used to be like, stop posting pictures of me. Like, part of it is because, if I'm being honest, like I work in human resources, so I just be trying to stay out the way. But 2021 has been a hell of a ride, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna live my life. I collect sneakers, like it is what it is. And then I started following more sneakerheads and follow more female sneakerheads, and I was like, oh, we out here, like let's do it. Like,
we in these streets.
yes. So I just opened up my page. It was private until like May. So I opened up my page, and now I just post and talk to y'all about sneakers all day, every day.
Listen, you know, it's funny. So you said a couple of things that was like, woo, let's talk about that, because I too am corporate. I'm not HR. Lord knows, don't nobody want me in the HR. But I at one point was very like, do I want to open myself up to this world? Number one, because I do have a doctor's note to wear sneakers. And I didn't want people in my office to think that it was an excuse because I like sneakers. No, it's like, no, I literally have bad feet. But the other part of that is I don't really want people to know who I am outside of work unless I like you, because I feel like I'm the same, like the crazy person y'all see here, but then there's this corporate, like I turn on my customer service voice, and I don't even know that I cuss like a sailor and all that other kind of stuff. So I can literally relate to like, okay, am I gonna open myself up to this? Go public, show people my sneakers, because at that point now you can count my coins a little bit,
Right?
And really then also have people who I work with find me and then be like, oh, so she got a side business too. Like, so I get it. Like, I'm with you there. I struggled there, but eventually, like you say, you just be like, carpe diem, I'm gonna live my life. And this has been really cool. Like, I'm so glad to have met you, because I didn't even know you were into sneakers the way you were, because Chris somehow failed to mention that. When we first met, he was like, yeah, my wife wears sneakers, but she's not really into them. And then you started posting, and I'm like, he made it seem like she started collecting yesterday, but sis got heat.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, he straight like gave her a little bit of a downplay. And I was like, I wonder why. But now I see you like, I'm really just trying to be low key in these streets. So I get it. Completely get it. So with that, I want to hop into your sneaker collection, okay? Because your sneaker collection is one to be rivaled. And I'm kind of sad that you just started posting, because I feel like if your sneaker closet looks anything like Chris's, then there's a whole lot of heat that we still ain't seen. And when you did the breast cancer, the 20, what was it, 30 days, or how many days was it?
Yeah,
it was 30 days of pink sneakers.
Yep.
I thought I was bad with pink sneakers. I said, sis put on 30 days worth of pink sneakers and did not repeat.
Nah.
Explain to me how one makes decisions to get and accumulate 30 pairs of pink sneakers, because I'm scared.
Okay, so this is the interesting thing. Like, I've been collecting for years, right? And part of my struggle with collecting had been, I wear a women's 10, so I can't wear the grade school sizes. So I feel like a lot of the cuter stuff would be available in the grade school sizes. So as I started to collect more, I was just hot, because like the 10s sell out fast. I don't know if people know that, but like them 10s be gone. So like I just started like, oh, I want it, buy it, because I couldn't wait. Like I'll mess around and they'll be gone. So that is really how my collection has started to grow like it did, because I stopped hesitating. I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see if I can catch it on sale. Like, girl, why? What was you thinking? So that's how I grew. But with the 30 days of pink sneakers, like I'm not even gonna cap. Like I don't know how I got that many. I'll be honest. I still have more sneakers that I did not wear that are pink. That I need to. Some of them I haven't worn them in a long time. I don't have any that I need to dead stock. I don't think a dead stock, but I think I have a lot that I just had and kind of forgot about, or I wasn't feeling the fit, because I had pulled them out. And I'll be honest with you, like I didn't even think about doing it until 3 days before October 1st. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just wear pink sneakers all month. You know what I mean? Like, I got 30 pairs that got either pink as a dominant color or they're all pink. I'm like, I know I do. Pulled up a note. I was like, yep, got them. And I when I counted, I had like 40-something pair. Then I added more because I ended up buying those Iverses. I looked up those mid questions. And I was like, so I got even more, but like, it was fun. I was about to say, like,
I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm an October baby, so I am keenly aware of the breast cancer awareness, and pink is actually my favorite color. So I enjoyed it. Like, I would log on just to see what sneakers you had on that day, because I'm like, I need to see the heat coming from V, because after about day 10 and I hadn't seen a repeat, I'm like, this holding heat, like real heat. And not only is she holding heat, but she's holding pink heat, which is, I mean, like, honestly, even the average girl who loves pink, I don't have 10 pair of pink sneakers as the dominant color.
Yeah.
So I was impressed. I said, sis is out here. And then when we all rally in support of your mom, which thank you for including us in that. I know you guys met your goal. I was so honored to be a part of that. And I actually was like, I can't even disappoint. Like, I got to pull out a good pair of pink shoes for this. And I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was probably the highlight of my October, other than my birthday and sneaker exhibit. And I can't wait to do it next year. So I hope you make it a yearly thing. Because we probably, and I know you guys gave the money based on us posting. Y'all might want to lower it to $1 because I feel like we gonna all, like, now that we've done it, and I think a lot of people jumped on board, I think it's gonna grow, and I hope it grows, because that's a great cause. And thank you for that, because I think we need to see more of that, right? Like, we need to see more of not just us copping sneakers and being sneakerheads, and to what people who don't know about the sneaker culture don't understand, blowing money. I love to see some kind of cause, associated with it. So love it. Please do it next year. I'm even down if you want to do a random month of some other color, because I think I could get in on some OG colorways, but I probably still don't got 30 days like you. So
yeah,
bravo.
So
loved it.
Thank you so much. Like, I was really excited to see how many people participated. I'm definitely planning to do it again next year. Yeah. I do have an idea to do a day in February for Black History Month, and donate the money to the NAACP. So nice. I'll have more information about that, because we got a little time, because February be here before we know it, but it's still a little time.
Yeah, it'll be here. If the months go by anyway, like they did this year. I looked up, it was like January, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds, and it was like December, like, girl, I'm just gonna eat. I can't even. I was like, how is it December? What happened to the summer? Like,
girl, crazy. It flew by for sure.
It did.
I definitely love and appreciate giving back. And part of my problem is, like, I'm a bleeding heart. I care about all the causes. Like, I want to help the animals, breast cancer, diabetes, the veterans. Like, I want to help everybody. And that's part of my problem. trying to hone it in. But like, first of all, like, thank everybody who participated. Like, it was
Yeah,
so
thank you.
nice and emotional to see so many people impacted by that, right? Because I was getting DMs and people posting, like, putting their story, like, oh, my mom, my aunt, my cousin, like, people that they cared about were impacted by breast cancer. So I was happy to see a way in which we all could like come together, because there's more that brings us together than more than what separates us, right? So that was cool to see. But I definitely want to do it again next year. And I think February and October, that'll be a good little break between the two to do two things that I like, care about, and I'm passionate about. So
We should do red for February.
February, Valentine's Day.
Something like that, because I got some red. I told y'all I'm an OG nigga. I got some red.
But I'm just saying, like, how many black and red 11s we gonna see if we do a red? Like, listen, that's gonna be the rule. You can't pull them out. Anything but them. Like,
anything but the breads, right? We do not want to see your bread 11s. No diss to Sneaker Vibes only, because that is her favorite. She is the only one who can post the bread 11s.
Oh yeah, like that was definitely one of my favorite shoes. It was one of my grills, and then my husband copped it for me, and it was like, okay, on to the next grill. Like, it is, But I still love that shoe. Like, that was like a defining moment for me when I was a kid. Like, yeah, these the ones. But I also want to acknowledge you and what you're doing with the drive for the kids in Charlotte.
Oh, thank you.
Soon as you was like, the drive, like, yeah, I'm down. I'm always down for stuff.
Yeah, it's so I've actually wanted to do that for a very long time. When I was back in Detroit, there was already a girl in that space. And one thing about the nonprofit space, particularly in Detroit, is like when one person jumps on it and they get a little notoriety, everybody want to jump on it. And it takes away from the cause, because we're stronger together than we are apart. So I actually wanted to join her cause, but by the time I reached out, we ended up moving. And I actually have plans to reach back out to her to see if she wants to extend her same organization just to another state, and I would operate under her. If not, because I understand the stuff that comes with that. I'm completely fine if she's not open to that. I have always said that I was going to start Sneaker Mess Gives. And that is because I too am a bleeding heart. I do have a little more focus in my cause, because I don't give a hell about all the other stuff. And these animals, girl, I buy me another one in a minute. Y'all know I got 3 dogs, love them dearly, but vet bills ain't to be played with.
Right.
But I've always wanted to give sneakers to kids. And you guys know my story. As a kid, I didn't have cool sneakers all the time. It was hit or miss if parents came across some extra money. And I know that this is a time, especially with lower income families, that, parents just don't got it, and I look around at us and we blowing 200-300. I blew a stack on sneakers between myself and my husband in 2 months. And I was like, who am I not to give back? You know what I'm saying? And I knew that all of my friends in the sneakerverse would feel the same. And so we actually started with giving 20 pair of sneakers. We're now up to 40. So I thank y'all, for coming on board with this cause, because I couldn't have done it by myself. Big shout out to the Lace Flower, because she connected us with the schools. And big shout out to my husband, Flight Club Meds, because he's going to catch all the deliveries that y'all sending. But we got to get back. We got to be about more than just copping and showing, got them and all of this. Because I'm always, I think Jay-Z says it best, like, if you're the only one getting bread, you're doing it wrong, right? So if we only copping sneakers for ourselves and we're not extending it to our community, what are we really doing? So thank you for bringing that up, because that is near and dear to my heart. And like I said, we did 40 this year. I'm hoping we could double it next year.
This is a whole nother level, because when I was a kid, they used to give us like these free tennis shoes. They were like non-name brand shoes. You would get made fun of if you wore them to school. Like, so they was play shoes at the house. Like, you could not.
And can you imagine though, being a kid, you already kind of don't have money, and then somebody gives you a pair of shoes you actually need and you embarrassed to wear them. You know what I'm saying? And
which was crazy because we all poor up in here. We all live in the same neighborhood. Like, come on now.
Right? Like, and I'm one of them old school people. Like, I hate seeing kids in Jordans, and I know they bad as hell, and their grades is terrible. And I just be like, your shoes need to match your grades. Like, me and D Will, we crack up like, nigga, you don't deserve some mints. Like, no, you need the mints. Like, you don't deserve some mints. So I'm usually like, I want kids to have nice sneakers, but then I'm also like, it's a luxury. It literally is a luxury. And I know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of us had like a similar story to you where it was like hit or miss on the name brand shoes. And even with the name brand, it was like different levels, right? Because you could get some case with some Reebok, stuff like that. The Jordans were unattainable for me. You know, like I had some regular
my mama went back on Jordan.
You know, Air Maxes and stuff like that, but I wasn't getting no Jordans as a kid. Like, my mother was not doing that. And I started wearing
them Aqua 8s was it. And like I said, we hit the lottery. That is the only reason I got them Aqua 8s. And I want you to know I wore them until the threads was coming out. The little strap brackets was broke. I wore the hell out of them Aqua 8s. And I didn't care what color I had on with them. I didn't care what color. I wore them shoes every day. So I get it. So look, let's talk a little bit about the stuff that's happening. Like there's a couple things. I want to talk first about we did lose a pioneer in at least the sneaker community, but specifically the Black sneaker community, which is Virgil Abloh. And I saw some posts. We all kind of did a homage or paid homage to him. I reposted my one of my pictures sitting on the washing machine I had on my off-white ones. And we saw a bunch of others kind of post theirs. And at some point, I have to admit, I was a little annoyed because I was like, for the next 2 days, 3 days, maybe even a week, we're going to see all these posts of Virgil, right? Mm-hmm. And then I saw a post that kind of humbled me and was like, that is our way of showing him love. Not to say we didn't love him when he was alive and that we didn't appreciate the things he was bringing to the culture. But, you know, when someone passes and you only know them digitally, the only way you can pay respects is to post your pictures or post a picture of that person and maybe say some kind words. And you could mean it from the depths of your soul. But to the rest of the digital world, it's like, this nigga didn't really care about this person. Y'all only putting this up because y'all want the clout and yada, yada, yada. Tell me how you felt about that. Because I mourned him. It wasn't long because I didn't know him personally, but I felt the loss. Yeah. Because I'm like, now what does the sneaker world look like without off-whites? Like, we all just was pissed about the twos, you know?
Yeah,
How did you feel about that?
So it was very shocking when the news came because nobody knew he was sick. Like, let's start there. Like, it was completely out of the blue, out of left field. Like, what the hell you mean? Virgil been battling cancer for 2 years. And it reminded me of when, of course, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, same situation last year. Nobody knew he was sick. He didn't talk about it. He had been battling, I think, colon cancer for like 4 years. So that in and of itself was just like devastating, right? Yeah. And then take it to a Black man who's impacted so many brands, including his own and others, heading into the sneaker world, and a father, husband, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just as a human being, him, you know, no longer being with us was definitely impactful, right? Like, I felt so bad when I saw the news and I'm like, dang, like just another one, you know, and I guess part of the difference for me is I respect Virgil, right? I respect what he's done. I personally do not own a single pair of off-white anything. Okay. It's just not a style that I've ever gotten into. And it's also a price point that I'm not willing to mess with. So
That's facts. That's facts.
Right? Because I mean, we all pick and choose what we gonna overpay for, right? And for me,
Right.
it wasn't the off-whites. It never has been, never will be. But I still respect what he did and what he brought to the table and his innovation and how he was different. And certainly his impact on the sneaker culture. So he will be greatly missed. But I think one of the things that people don't realize is like, yes, he is gone in the physical being. His influence will always remain. And Off-White as a company is still going to exist. They are still going to be putting out Off-White items. And as you grow, you bring people with you. And from what I'm understanding, that's all he's done is continue to bring people with him. I don't believe for 1 second that he was the person that sat down and designed those twos.
Okay.
If you watch the video that they put on Nike, it was two people. It was a black woman and a black man. He may have had some input, but if we reflecting back now and this man been sick and he just died, he probably wasn't heavily involved in that. And we still loved those tools and went crazy and wanted those tools, right? So his influence is still going to be there, whether he's there physically or not. And I think if they continue to put out Off-White product and still do what's in the best interest of the culture, the company itself will be fine. I think they'll still be able to put out Off-White shoes. We still gonna be looking for Off-White collabs. Like I'm not worried about that. I think it'll continue to flourish.
Okay. You know what? I didn't even think beyond that part. Like you kind of just opened me up to some more thought because when you were speaking, I was like, but is it gonna be the same? Because I remember when Kimora left Baby Phat, and I also remember when they sold Juicy Couture.
I mean, it happens with all those brands, right? So with Rocawear, Fat Farm.
Okay, because I ain't seen a hooded coat in a while.
Right.
The fur. I ain't seen them in a while, and that's my judge right there. I love that style.
Yeah.
I hope to that point. I hope that doesn't change. I hope whoever is on his creative team and whoever now runs the company, preferably they don't dissolve it, and that they continue on, and that it still has the feel of what Virgil meant and intended for it to be. Because I would really hate to see that black brand die off with him, you know. So yeah, you made me think about it in another way. So I'm definitely gonna be looking out. And at this point, I no longer even want the tools because I don't know if you saw them prices.
Ma'am, I don't want nothing. I didn't want it before. I definitely don't want it now.
I saw a pair of Off-White ones, and some nigga had the nerve to put $500,000 as the price. And I was like, but somebody gonna buy it. Somebody who clout chasing gonna buy it. I guarantee you somebody.
Here's the thing. I don't think people that clout chase have that kind of money. I don't think they can afford to buy them for $500,000.
You'd be surprised.
Because honestly speaking, if they got $500,000 to dedicate to one shoe, they probably had them already anyway.
I'm thinking it'll probably be somebody who is a collector of art, not of sneakers. Because at this point, that's like the Mona Lisa. Especially if you can get an original pair. It's like the Mona Lisa at this point.
But that's the problem. Like, it was released to the public. It's like with art, it's not a one of one. You know what I mean? There are pairs out there. There are dead, because they just came out. There are dead stock pairs out there. Like, paying $500,000 now is dumb. There is no reason to pay.
I agree.
They're not worth that. Maybe 10 years down the line, and they're still dead stock, maybe. But right now, nobody that has $500,000 is dumb enough to make that investment. I hope not, because if they are, big up to that reseller, and that nigga need to teach a class. Yeah,
because he or she is winning in life. Okay, so I want to go back, get the comments, because these comments been moving and I can't even like keep up. You do have a question in here, so I want to take a little time. Okay. Dope chick with kicks said, what is your sneaker count today?
Oh, like honestly, we don't count sneakers.
Oh,
we don't. Like, it's
I want
too
to be on your level.
many.
I want to be on your level.
Too many. But if I had to put a number on it, I would say I'm somewhere between 350 and 400. That's it.
Okay.
I only
That's not
have
bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not bad. Not when I got Shorty C over here with over 1,000. Like 400 is nothing.
So let's talk about this sneaker coupledom, because I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. As much as I love sneakers, if my husband's collection looked anything like Chris's, I don't know if we would make it. We both can't have that habit. I think the way me and Wes coexist is because our habits are very different.
Yeah.
And so we're not in a space, even though he judges the shit out of me. He judges me to no end. And I always say to him, well, I can go and look at my habit. If we ever get in any trouble, I can sell my habit, you know. And he always be like, that's still dumb to me. And I'm just like, man, the math ain't math. But tell me what it's like on a day of a release in your house. And y'all both want the release. And one of y'all hit and the other one don't. Because I be seeing Chris's post like, another L. And you be like, got him. I would be mad as shit.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So he's been in this much longer than I have. He's been collecting since he was like 16. Y'all seen that 1994 pair of Chicago's. Like, he got them, right?
Yes.
So depending on what the release is, and that what also helps is we have different tastes. But oftentimes, depending on what the release is, he's the priority.
Okay.
I make sure he gets hit. Like the cool grays, I don't have to have those. Like, they're nice, nothing against them, but I'm not like, oh, I gotta have. Like, for me, the 11 is the black and red, and those metallic silver ones, when them came out, whoo, like, it's certain ones where I was like, I gotta have, like the Stingrays, the bit, like those, like, were priority. And I tend to like women's releases. So I typically prioritize him when it comes to a release, like the Lightning 4s. We both wanted them, but he been wanted those. I'm like, nah, we going for you, sir. When it comes to a release, usually what we do is we have conversation to see, like, is this something you want? Who we entering for? And he like, if he don't care that much about it, then we'll just both enter for me on sneakers and or other raffles. I think the perfect example was like the Aleli May 14s and those gold hoop 6s. Like, those were both shoes that I just had to have. So we entered everything for me for those. And those, like, you know, they were women's releases, so it wasn't a big deal. Lightning 4s, that was all him. Now, where we had issue was those Kobe Grinches last year when they dropped out. I'm like, I'm entering for me. You can enter for you, but I'm entering for me.
So
like,
you on your own, boy.
He got an OG pair. Oh,
so he got a pair. Okay.
Yes. If he didn't have an OG pair, I would have sacrificed and entered for him for those.
Okay.
Same thing with the South Beach 8s. He got an OG pair.
Okay.
So I'm not taking the L when you got an OG pair. Like, that's
okay.
You know, I gotta look at each situation and scenario and figure out, like, what's the what, you know.
I feel like y'all got a cool little system though. It's like, you like the women's releases, everything else, you know, he pretty much likes, and then if he don't like it, then y'all pass. And then if there's a hot release and y'all both want them, you just like every man for themselves, and y'all go for what y'all know. I think that's a great system, you know, because I'm the same way. Like, Wes is not into sneakers, but he does like sneakers. I mean, that's all he wears. So he's made it clear to me what he likes, which is why I went out and got the 11s, the cool grays. I actually want a pair of those now. But most time I'm priority. It's like, okay, do you want those? Okay, tell me what size. I showed y'all the text message. He be fussing at me. Well, what size do you want? You want an 8 or an 8.5? And I'm like, well, nigga, I really wish I knew. I don't know how they gonna fit. Just order a size. Hell, I don't know. Just order a size. He be getting mad at me for the shoes I want. I'm like, I don't know. I can't try them on. You know,
right.
So it's really cool to see y'all because I wish Wes enjoyed sneakers as much as I do. Because I think it would help with some of the conversations that we have about sneakers. Like, you know, like I'll go to him and I'll be like, I'll send him pictures. He be like, I don't know why you like them funny looking ass shoes. And I be feeling real disrespected. I be feeling real mad. And he'll fuss, but he'll still like indulge me. Mm-hmm. And I just be like, I would prefer the indulging without the fussing, you know, and you probably don't get the fussing. It's just probably like, all right, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I don't necessarily get the fussing. What I get is his favorite line to tell me, like, if I want something, I be saying, like, oh, these are nice. I like these. Them bitches Jake. Like he tell me stuff is trash all the time that he think, like, we don't necessarily agree with stuff. But I will say this. Be thankful that y'all both are not into sneakers because, ma'am, the money. Okay. Like,
right.
We're both in adult sizes on top of it. Like, it's full price over here most of the time. But I will say one of the things that help us, and we can talk a little bit more about it, is we buy secondhand. So
yeah.
I don't have to have stuff right when it released all the time. Like, I'm not I have to get it so I have it. It's like, now I try to get it because the prices go up, dealing with resellers and all of that. So I try more to get things than I used to. But I don't have to have stuff right away. I will wait a shoe out. I will wait a shoe out and catch it for the low.
I feel like I've learned that now because your husband actually helped me get one of my grails, my black cements. And I've realized a couple things. One, I don't always have to have a brand new pair of shoes. I've actually purchased a couple this year that were a one-time wear or a two-time wear, and you can look at them and tell the person didn't really wear them. Mm-hmm. And at a fraction of the cost. I'm also now open to like B grades, you know, like, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna wear these shoes. I'm not gonna sell them. I'll give them away if anything, but I'm starting to be a little more strategic in how I purchase. And everybody knows I am a fan of a UA, and my UA dealer is the shit, because I get people who come up to me and be like, those is hot, man. I wish I could have got a pair of them. And I'm like, I really wish I could tell these people I spent $100 for these. It took me 4 weeks to get them, but you know, like, because I'm just a fan of wearing sneakers. I don't have to have the authentic or a brand new pair or have them when they release. I really don't. I just like to wear sneakers, and I have yet to come across, when I do get a UA, I have yet to come across a pair that somebody would walk up to me and be like, yo, why are you wearing them fakes? And I don't even like to call them fakes because I don't feel like they're fake, you know. So I agree. I love now to hold back. As you know, I just got one of my grails, the Lately Made sixes, and I saw them for, I think I paid $240 for them when them shoes was up in the 500s. And I bought it. It was a B grade, and I got them. I was like, these aren't bad. I don't know why they were marked B grades, but they were great. Yeah. And I was glad I waited, because I was this close to buying them for myself for Christmas on GOAT for like $4 something, and I found them on eBay. So that was really cool, and I really appreciate learning that from your husband, because he would be like, "Hi, did you check out Mercari?" And I was like, why would I do that? And so he started sending me stuff when I was looking for them cements, and I was like, Chris, I'm to something with this. And then you shared, and I was like, okay, I really gotta look into this. So now that's my thing. If I can't get them retail, I'm going straight there first, especially for a reach back, right? Mm-hmm. That's the best place for the reach backs. Now tell me this. You say you do secondhand. Mm-hmm. Where's your go-to place?
So for secondhand, used shoes, I typically find stuff at Plato's Closet.
Y'all Play-Dohs must be off the chain.
When I tell you, like, the stuff that we find at Play-Doh's closet, like, it's crazy. And the price is really what be crazy. Because, okay, I feel like now they got younger people working there, so they go and they check GOAT and stuff like that, so they price them a little bit higher. But my very first experience with Play-Doh's closet was when we were back in Cleveland, and this was years ago. It's not like this anymore. I found a pair of Jordan 23s, dead stock. They were $15.
Wow.
That was my first experience with a Play-Doh's closet. And like before that, I had never been. And me and Chris, we were like earlier in dating. And we were just hanging out one day, and it was like not too far from his house, and we went up there. And I was like, these are Jordan 23s. And I'm looking at, I'm like, these have never been worn. Because, you know, the sole on those is like mostly like clear. You can see. And like, I got rid of them. I don't have them anymore. But at the time, I was like, $15. Like, I have come up on so many shoes at Play-Doh's closet to the point now where whenever we travel, we hit a Play-Doh's closet wherever we go.
I have yet to hit up the Play-Doh closets here. And we actually...
Girl, y'all got the biggest Play-Doh closet in the country is now by you.
Yes.
Anytime we go to Concord Mills, we make our way over to that Play-Doh.
You know what? I'm gonna have to take some time and go, because I saw that I was out shopping one day and I saw the biggest Play-Doh closet, and I was like, that's probably a hot mess. Because I'm not a fan of thrift shopping just because of the having to go through every single piece, and I'm one of them people like I pay $500 before I do that. Okay.
I have to be in the mood for it, but the shoes are easy because they just
I'm gonna have
to
go. I think I'm gonna do a recording.
Yeah, you gotta go. And see, look, Key just said she saw some lightning fours.
Yeah, she said some lightning fours. That's crazy. I want to take a brief break, pause. Hey y'all, if y'all have questions for V, please pop them in the chat. Because I don't want to hog the entire interview. And V's collection is fire, so I know y'all got questions. Please go ahead, pop your questions in the chat so we can get to them. And you know, throw them up in the comments if you need to, because I see the comments is kicking. So one of the other things that happened this week, and I know we all hate the resale culture. They posted this law that's supposed to stop the bots. That was the way I looked at it. Do you think it's gonna work?
I'm not gonna hold my breath. Like, I feel like some retailers are trying to do stuff to prevent bots from being able to purchase up everything.
Okay.
But really, in the end, they're still getting their money, so I don't think they care that much. Whatever law they're coming out with, we'll see if it even get passed, because money talks in politics. Like, let's be realistic. So if the right person come with the right money, they'll vote whatever that is down, and it'll never see the light of day. I do think it might help a little bit, but I think in the end, whatever laws they come out with, they'll come out with something different to get the product. Like, they'll find a way, because regardless of that, they're still backdooring. Yep. There's still people who just solely enter just for the purpose of flipping it to a resale shop or flipping it themselves on GOAT or whatever. So the resale culture is not going to change. It's still going to be in play. Okay. But I don't have much hope for whatever it is they're trying to do. I just don't.
I'll be honest. I kind of looked at it and was like, okay, well, whatever. And that's only because at this point, I haven't felt the pressure of resale that I think I felt at one point. And that's mainly because I'm now finding other ways to grab sneakers. I'm being more patient because I need another pair of sneakers. Like, I need a hole in the head. So like, to not have them on release day is really not that big of a deal to me. And then when I think about supply and demand, honestly, like business wise, everything gonna have to go on sale at some point, right? You're not gonna sell all of them if you got 100 pairs, especially at those sky high prices. At some point, you're gonna have to drop prices. And so I've become more strategic in waiting. if I can, I'm gonna enter the raffles. But if I don't hit on the raffle, whatever. Not, it's not a big deal because we all help each other, and there's all these other avenues. Like I just got turned on to a new store in New York called Butter. I didn't know nothing about Butter. Somebody, I think it was you. Did you drop that in the comments? Somebody dropped that in our group chat. It was like,
yeah, because they still had the 11.
They still had pairs.
I couldn't believe it.
So I actually got 2 pair of the Animal Instincts. When you saw that, let's talk about that.
Where did you get the first pair from?
Go.
Girl, look, okay. I know people had issues with StockX or whatever. I've never had any issues with Go. I kid you not. Right before we got on here, I was trying to hurry up and buy a pair of shoes off Go right quick that they had. It was a used pair of LeBrons that they had for $60. I will take them. Like, so, with the box. Like, that's the kind of deals I be looking for. $60, like, yeah, run them.
Okay.
But I've never had problems with Go. Anything that I've gotten from Go has been authentic. And like my husband, he like my backup authenticator. Like I'm pretty good myself at being able to tell. And then if I show him to him and he be like, yeah, I'm legit. Like, so I've never had any issue with them. So you got the first pair from Go? They gonna have to run
picture,
all
right?
the coins.
They got that picture, right?
Run all the coins back.
So here was the issue. They were a gift from my husband. And when I got them, I was like, something ain't right about these. And my husband was like, well, I feel like at some point y'all all buying fake shoes. There's too many of them out there. So he had kind of talked me down. And I was like, okay, you know what? You're right. I'm a chill out. But then I hit on them from your post and I bought a different one from a different place. And I got them in the mail and I was like, these are obviously very different. And what made me even feel that way was because he bought me the Bacons for my birthday. And when he go off and buy sneakers, I'm asking him like, who'd you buy these from? What was what was the cost? What did the listing say? Because when I got my Bacons, he said they were supposed to be brand new. And he paid brand new resale costs for them. And I got them and they were visibly worn. You can see the creases in the foot area. Like they literally.
And them creased easily as hell too.
Okay, so I knew they had been worn. Now, were they worn to the point where they was busted? No. But in my opinion, for sake of being what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue. For your reputation as a reseller, right? Mm-hmm. You can't let people lie on postings. Yeah, they're authentic. They passed authentication, but the posting said brand new and they were clearly worn, right? Yeah. So I felt the way about that because I'm like, say that they're worn once. If you wore
tried on or
tried on or something, say something. That way I'm making a conscious choice to purchase them at this price, knowing that, right? Yeah. My husband don't care about that shit. He like, nigga, you said you wanted the shoes, so I bought the shoes. What the hell are you? He was like, the fuck you complaining for, nigga? I bought, And so I was like, all right, I let that slide. And then this happened with the 11s, and I was just like, the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on at GOAT? Because I knew something was wrong with the sneakers when I found out they was coming from Japan. And I said to myself, okay, something's not right. I don't know what it is, but something ain't right. And again, I'm like, how much did you pay for these? $340? Nah. Okay. Again, if they not authentics, fine. Say that. So I can make a conscious choice to buy or not buy at that price for a non-authentic shoe. Because it's not to mean I won't buy it. I still might buy it, right? But to get a shoe where the posting wasn't true, it makes me feel away. I got in trouble. My husband's like, I'm not buying you shit else offline. It's a wrap.
See, this is the thing. So you have to get, like, if he's gonna buy them, he has to get more well versed on them. Because before I got like deep into it, because before all I really had was like Air Maxes. Like I was into runners, like that was it. I had a couple Jordans or whatever, but like I wasn't in it like I am now.
Yeah.
And before I did, because he's in it and I want to be able to purchase gifts for him, I made it my business to learn about what sites, you know, this was pre-Stock X, you know, this is when we had Flight Club and they was charging arm and a leg for everything, and some of the other stores in New York and stuff like that. But I made it my business to be able to, I can look at a tag and tell whether or not it's fake. I can look at the shape of the shoe and tell whether or not it's fake, because I can't have that on my head. Like I can't have, oh, I bought you a fake. And he would be as sweet as pie about it, you know, if I did do something like that. But it was just like, I can't do it. Now, GOAT is supposed to be a reputable site. So that in lies the problem there. He should be able to go to GOAT and buy whatever. He should be able to go to StockX and buy whatever and not have to worry.
About that. And that's what I was trying to explain to him. I'm like, babe, I don't want you to think I'm being a bitch about it. I feel bad that you were doing what a normal husband would do, and they played us. You know what I'm saying? Because had I bought the sneakers on my own, it wouldn't have been a second thought. Both of them bitches would have went back. I wouldn't have even thought twice about it. But because they were gifts, it appears I'm complaining, and I'm really not. It's not him. It's these people are playing games and charging us an arm and a leg for them. So I felt some kind of way about it, because now I gotta apologize. I'm sorry, babe. I know I appear ungrateful, and you know, like, and that's not even the case. It's the principle behind it.
It's the customer service of GOAT. Like that's what it is. It's not about the gift. So here's all he gotta do is return those and just give you the money that you spent on the real pair. It's still a gift.
Child, if you knew my husband.
It's still a gift.
If you knew my husband. At this point, I am now no longer getting a pair of shoes online. He said if he can't go in the store and get them, I won't have them.
Girl, how you supposed to get shoes then? Because what shoes be in the store?
I think that's just in the moment. I think, but it made me feel a way that I even had to have that conversation with my husband, because GOAT, you causing problems in my home. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you playing, and it don't even got to be like that. So, but now at this point, I know this is what's happening at GOAT, and I a lot of my shoes in the last 2 years have come from GOAT. So for me to have that experience back to back with them was just like, and then, you know, Izzy had the situation where he got a pair of threes. They didn't even have the damn shoelace holes in them.
Which I ain't never heard of no mess like that.
First of all, how y'all even let a shoe leave y'all?
Because who looked at it?
Apparently, Stevie Wonder.
Right. Y'all tripping.
It's crazy. But I brought up that conversation to say, the key thing my husband said to me why he wasn't worried about it, he was like, I just feel like at the end of the day, a lot of y'all are probably ending up with sneakers that are not authentics from Nike, because it's particularly Nike. Y'all not ending up with authentic sneakers from Nike when you buy through GOAT and StockX. And I have to admit, I kind of feel like that's the case, especially if we get them early and nobody else has them, right? Like, do you think they selling us?
I don't always think that, and here's why. What's important in the United States is not what's important overseas.
True.
I have seen many a pair. There's a person that I follow, I cannot think his name, but he's in Japan right now, and he regularly posts shoes just sitting over there. Right. And because GOAT does have shipping from Japan, they have a place over there. I'm sure that people go to the store, buy them shoes, and they release them earlier over there. Like they released them 11s before they released them over here. They just released the LeBron 19s, the orange ones. They released them over there already. They released those Watch the Throne LeBron 9s over there already. So they have them in circulation over there. I don't know what the price point is compared to American dollars at retail, but I feel like they're just buying them and then just selling them over here and making a profit off of it, which is the same thing that local resellers are doing. I don't think that GOAT has like a stockpile of fake shoes that they send in. I do think that there's some people who gonna do some iffy stuff. That's kind of the risk you take, right? But once I get it and I dropped $340 on it and it's not real, it's going back, because that's the thing. I'm not paying top price for fake shoes. Like
if they're
not authentic, they need to be at a lower price point. Like that don't make any sense to me.
But here was the thing: the quality of the shoe was top notch. The only thing that that kind of proved my theory was because I compared the color. And even that is still questionable, because one of them had a Japan tag on it, so I knew it came from Japan, and they actually had a Japan Nike booklet on the shoe. Okay, and I said, well, it's cowhide, it's fur. Ain't no telling what the hell happened to this stuff after it sits, right? So I'm like, maybe it sat and changed color over time, like the aging that naturally happens. But physically, that was the only thing that said, maybe these ain't authentic, right? But I didn't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so especially since you hit on another pair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like it's like either this or nothing. You got another pair, so they could be returned. But I just feel like sometimes with the overseas releases, they're not a one-to-one. They don't give us the exact same shoes. They already don't even give us the same colorways. Like if you go look on like N's website, I see so many shoes and colorways that I have yet to see in the United States. Like it's just different for different areas. So they may have released those in Japan and put a different color on them. They may have done that. So I would research and see.
So now you got me thinking, like, maybe I need to pipe down.
Just research and see what the Japan release looks like compared to the US. Like it may be different, but it may not.
At this point, I don't even know that I care. Cause I felt bad. I was just like, I told Aisha, I was like, my husband is gonna cuss me out. he didn't cuss me out, but he was basically like, this is why I don't play with you and them sneakers. He like, I don't have time for this foolishness that you and them people do. Like, okay, I'm gonna pipe down. I needed validation, and you did not help me. So thanks, V. I'm gonna pipe down. I just knew you was gonna be here with me, and you like, nah, sis, sometimes it be different.
It do, but I'm just gonna say, like, if I had the second pair, them would be going back. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even playing them games. Like, going on back to GOAT. Y'all give me my refund.
Okay. So I'm going to send them back, and I'm going to just get another pair of, I'm going to get the cool grays, because I wanted those anyway. And they the same price at this point. So,
yeah.
But I feel bad. I do feel bad, because I'm like, I turned up. It was like, see, look. He was like, see, this why I don't fuck with you. But anyway. Okay, so we got 30 minutes before they're gonna be like, no, sis, you can't post this. So I wanna do a quick what you copping, or should I even do that? Because I know y'all got a whole series about cop and drop. So
the purchase or pass. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay, so December. What you copping? What you after?
The I'm on my year ones, and that's it.
Okay.
So I know those bubblegum ones are coming out. I don't like those because I don't like the patent leather, and I don't like that they're patent leather. I don't like that they're pink and blue. Okay. I would have liked them better if it was pink and black. And I'm not really like a fan of that shade of pink. I wish it was like a brighter pink. If the pink was different, I probably would have still went for them. I have absolutely no interest in them black and red patent leather ones. Like I have.
Me either.
no desire. Like I'm sorry, like patent leather belongs on 11s. Like that's just how I feel.
Okay.
I know a lot of people want those, but don't worry, I won't be in your way. You can have at it. The handcrafted ones that are supposed to come out, my husband wants those. I kind of want those. He'll be the priority with them. They kind of remind me of the biohacks a little bit, if you know what I'm talking about. They had like the brown and stuff, so kind of those. The Watch the Throne 9s are supposed to be coming out this month. When, I don't know. They might get pushed back to January. And if they do, he's the priority for those too. So we'll try to get those for him, and then I'll try to get a pair. LeBron 9s fit weird. So
okay.
Oh, not y'all arguing in the comments about
right. I'm like, oh, y'all
like,
fight.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Carmines for Izzy. You know, Izzy fight in his Jordans.
Oh my goodness, he'll show up at my house with some Carmines. I'm cool. I think that's really like, there's really not anything that I'm like, I have to have in the month of December, which is a relief because I've been copping like crazy this year and I need to slow down.
Yeah, I went bananas last month. The only thing I'm after is I do want them cool grays, which I'll have those. And I do want those the pomegranate ones. I think I don't think they come out till next year, but I thought they was coming out in December. So I really want them pomegranates, but I might even pass on those because I'm literally burnt out. Oh, I want the Salehi Brimberry Crocs that come out on the 14th. Don't judge me.
You must not have watched our last episode of Purchase a Pass because I do not, and I'm about to cuss, I do not fuck with Crocs. Them is some hospital ass, them some house shoe ass, like I cannot, and I will repeat what I said before, they're childish as fuck with all them little pins and stuff. Y'all be like, I have at it, girl. Good luck. I hope you hit on them. They're just not a shoe for me. Like, I don't deal with no Crocs.
You can't be disrespecting the Crocs like that. First of all, my Crocs was Gucci themed. Okay, like I gotta get some points for them being Gucci themed. No points.
They still Crocs.
Have you put your foot in a pair of Crocs?
Yeah.
Sis.
And instantly regretted it. Like my niece be wearing Crocs and she like a little fledgling sneakerhead or whatever. She kind of dialed down a little bit because like her feet transitioned from like grade school to adult. So when she had to buy the adult shoes, she kind of laid back a little bit, but she be on the Crocs, and every time she wear them, I send her a text message like, "Take that trash off." Like,
so then that means, because I see the comments, so that means all y'all niggas can help me get my pair, because that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that Kai, since you like them ugly ass shoes, we all gonna make sure you get them.
Yeah.
Look at God. Won't God do it? See?
All these people, we finna enter for you, girl, because I am not.
Won't God do it? Because that's what I heard. I was like, you know what? Y'all can all help me get them because I want them. I gotta have a pair of those.
I cannot do it.
He was like, what is it with you and these ugly ass shoes? I'm just like, people who disrespect Crocs and Uggs to me don't value comfort. You niggas want new sets of feet, and they don't sell new set of feet, okay?
No. I value comfort 100% because that is my motto: comfort over everything. Which is why I was hesitant to buy Jordan 1s when I was earlier in my sneaker collecting, because them the flattest damn shoes I ever seen in my life. I put insoles in my shit. Like, I don't have time to be uncomfortable. Like, I'm cool on that. And that's why a lot of my collection is runners. Like, I don't have time for that.
Somebody said Uggs start to look like they need an alignment.
Because, yeah. And they be dirty as hell on the back. And cause see, this is also part of the problem. Like, I think most people they don't have as many shoes as us, so they don't get to rotate. So you wear your Uggs 4 times a week, they gonna get dirty. Like,
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
bougie.
know.
My Uggs is only to walk my dogs in the morning.
That's
So
another shoe that I've never owned a pair of. Like, I'm not one of, and here, I'm not one of them people that just hop on bandwagons. Like, I have to actually have a desire and want it. So I've never owned Uggs. I got my first pair of Yeezys this year. I don't have no off-whites. Like, I was slow to the Jordan 1 train because of comfort. Like, I hone in on comfort. I have so many damn Air Maxes because of that. Like, it is
okay.
crazy.
So I just want y'all to know, all of y'all are agreeing to help me get my my Crocs, and I'm gonna be tapping them inboxes to let y'all know my sizes, okay? Because
yeah, let me know when they release, because I'm gonna forget, because I don't care. So
I'm gonna be. Oh, you ain't gonna have to
be in my
I'm coming. I'm gonna be like, yo, V, today is the day.
Did you see this comment? Nostalgic. So Uggs remind me of Britney Spears going through her phases. Facts. With them little short ass skirts and she was shaving her head. Yep. Those are Uggs.
People be beating it. Y'all are crazy. Okay, so V, we got one question. I wanna make sure I get it up. Oh, we just had that. It said, what is your year-end must have? So we answered that. Okay, that was asking. Thanks for sending that question. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up to you. Do you have any questions for me? I know I'm gonna be on your show in a couple of days.
Yes. So let's just talk about that briefly. So
okay.
On December 15th, me and my good sis here, we will be doing an episode of Lady Sneaker Conversation. So it's a panel show that I just started. So it's the second episode that I'm really excited to do. So we already had our first episode. It was so much fun.
It was good.
It's a panel, so it's 4 of us, and we will be talking about all the things sneakers. So Kai will be on, and then Twin Mother and Forientino, Erica is her name, will be the guest, and myself. So I will be posting the flyer later on this evening to announce it. But December 15th is when we will be going live. So please join us, everyone. But I'm excited to do that. Like, I feel like the panel style, like you just get a lot of opinions and thoughts and a lot of laughter. It was just very like sisterly camaraderie, like, and that's one of the things that I'm like most excited about now that I've like opened myself up on social media. Really connected with like other female sneakerheads, and like I know there have always been female sneakerheads, but I just feel like over the last year or so, more of us have just popped out on social media.
Oh yeah,
and really been like involved in doing our thing. So I'm really excited to do the panel.
I saw the lineup, and when I saw Twin Mother, I know her as Ashley. I said, "Oh, this gonna really be one." I don't know. I said, "V must have not known to not put me and her on the panel together because we clowns. We actually send each other TikToks all day. Like, did you see this one, sis? Like, so I was like, she must have not knew. Me and Ashley got this secret relationship. It's actually not a secret because I love Ashley to death, but we be clowning. I'm a clown with anybody, but definitely with Ashley. So I'm super excited because I want to do a panel too because I feel like, you know, when you talk to me one-on-one, I ain't got shit to talk about. I got a couple pair of shoes, some dogs. You know, I really ain't got nothing to talk about. So I'm super excited to be on a panel because this is my first panel. And to have you and Ashley and all of the other ladies is going to be really, really fun. I am really, really excited. So I appreciate you for reaching out to me. I am always honored. I don't care if it's your first show, your last show. I'm always honored if anybody want to talk to my crazy ass about anything. So
yeah, I can't wait. Like the first episode was so much fun. So I'm thankful that people are interested in wanting to participate. Because I was nervous about it. Like I had hit Tasia of like, girl, I want to do this show, but I'm nervous. I don't know if people gonna want to do it.
Yeah, I heard little birdie had said she's scared you gonna tell her no. I was like, why would I tell her no? I'm like, I ain't nobody. Like I'm telling you, I be super weirded out when I hear people who know me have had conversations with people who may not know me and be like, they scared to talk to you. And I'll be like, I am regular. Like, the same way this is how I am in person. Like, loud, obnoxious, cuss like a sailor, super, super sweet. I give you the shirt off of my back. The Scorpio very rarely jumps out because I'm evolved. Like, I'm always super nice. So I was really, really excited to be asked, and especially by somebody, because I told you, you had me. I'm a fan. That 30 days of pink shoes, I was like, how can you not respect that? Like, one color, and sis did a whole 30 days and then pulled us all into it. I was like, I'm a fan. I stand. I'm a fan. Like, I'll fight a nigga in the streets about you. Like, like,
thank you.
I'm a fan. And like I said, I've always been a fan of your husband because I am still trying to figure out how that man got that many shoes. Shorty even be showing us his lawnmower, I cut the grass shoes. I'm like, you gotta respect the nigga who gonna show you all his shoes, okay?
Yes, he was like, I mowed the lawn in these. Back when we was in Cleveland, I shoveled the snow in these shits today. Like, what?
And your shoes, I'm like, oh, those clearly got a story, right? Like, because I looked at a pair and I was like, did Chris cut the grass in them? Like, what? And I'm surprised V let him out the house with the camera. Oh, speaking of the camera, baby, when he posted that picture mocking you, V, I need you to understand, I went back and looked at that picture at least 3 times that day because it was the highlight of my day. It was hilarious. And he nailed it.
Yeah. Like, so we got our joint page, the Weather Souls page.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we need to like take more pictures together and post more on there. So I went outside. He went outside. We was taking our pictures individually. I was like, all right, come over here so we can take some pictures together. And I wasn't really paying him that much attention. And then, like, out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, what are you? Fuck you. Like, what are you doing this to me?
He hit that. He nailed it.
I died. And like, I posted it on my story. So many people was like commenting back, like laughing. I'm like, I cannot believe him.
Honey,
like,
that was the highlight of my day because what it said to me was that y'all have fun together, right? Yeah. He clearly is a fan because he didn't see enough of your pictures to where he could imitate it that good, right? Like, it was cute. It was funny. It was Black love, which I love to see. But baby, I cackled. I had a good kiki off of that one because he hit that. And then it was funny because in his pictures, he's not ever smiling.
Right. And he always got the mean mug.
He always mean mugging, like he just took his mug shot. But to see him smiling and hitting the pose that his wife hit, I was like, this is Black boy joy that we've been missing in the sneak culture. Like, I literally I had to push him up there with Julius because we all know Julius love him some Faith, okay? Julius love him some Faith. I know Chris loves you, but that was the one that sealed the deal. Like, oh yeah, that's real love right there. That right there is real. It was the cutest thing ever. I really, really enjoyed that. Y'all should do more of that.
Yeah,
I don't know how you gonna get him to do it, but that was
trying to take more pictures together. Like, I mean, we used to take more together. I don't know what happened. Like, we just both be busy coming and going. And I'm like, we need to like make an effort to take more pictures together, especially we got this joint page now. But if he gonna be making fun of me and all of them, we ain't even gotta do all that. Like, I can skip the pictures together.
It was,
but girl, I died. Like, I could not believe he was doing that.
Yes. So look, we got 15 minutes. Please tell us more about the Weather Souls because I don't think people know about that. Everybody has seen it because I think it's easy to get y'all confused because we see your page, his page, and then now y'all got the joint page. Tell us a little more about that and what the intent was behind it.
So, since we've both been collecting for a long time, we decided to just do a page together because it's some sneakerhead couples out there, but not a lot. but it's some out there, and we wanted to just do content together. Like we do the purchaser pass every week to talk about upcoming releases for the week. So we wanted to just start to do more of that. So we came up with the Weathered Souls page, a play off our last name, and of course shoes. So we have an Instagram page. It's at Weathered Souls. So if anybody wants to follow, and we go live every Sunday to talk about upcoming shoes for the week, and we're gonna start to do like more content there, and just share more information and all of that. After you are with somebody so long, them pictures slow down fast. Like,
yeah.
Twin Mother said when I did Shorty's live, he made it seem like you weren't that into it. Into like sneakers.
I told you.
Oh,
he downplayed it. I was like, how could you have downplayed? Like, you were a hidden gem. I think he was just trying to keep you all to himself. He didn't want us to know you was packing as much heat as he was.
Nah, I mean, look, I never have as much stuff as him. Like, I will never have as much stuff as him. Like, because here's the other thing. I have refreshed my collection and purged shoes multiple times. He will never, I don't care what he said, he will never. Like, when we moved from Cleveland to North Carolina, he sold about 100 pairs and was hurt. I'm like, sir, you still have well over 1,000. You'll be fine. Like, you will be fine. But I think because I'm not as attached to the shoes as him, like he has like all the nostalgia and all of that. And to me, I don't want to say they're just shoes because they're shoes and I love them. And there's certain ones I'll never get rid of. But I'm not as attached as he is. Like, I'm not as into it as he is. So it's different. And then I will say my interest has increased more over the years. Like, before, it would just be, I kept a rotation of maybe 100 shoes. Like, you know what I mean? And
I just kept 100. Oh,
but I'm saying, when comparing it to him, you know what I mean?
True.
So for him, it's like, oh, she got 100 pairs, nothing. Like, and that is also coupled with sneakers and dress shoes, So I had about 100 pairs of shoes.
Okay.
Which is still overkill, right? Like, for a normal person who need 100 pairs of shoes.
Right.
But as I started to grow my collection and stuff, especially over this past year, I feel like they have done a much better job of putting out more women's releases, and that's what I enjoy more.
Okay.
And I will admit, living 4 minutes away from a Nike outlet helps you increase your collection a little bit as well. So that part. But yeah, like, I've been collecting for over 10 years now.
Okay. We had a couple questions. I don't want to miss them. So Twin Mother said, how was it moving that large of a collection? And then the other question she said was, did you need to be convinced by Shorty to get on IG more?
Yes, he definitely convinced me to get on IG more. Because he was telling me, like, oh, it's like female sneakerheads and all this other kind of stuff. Like, go on, you post your shoes. And like, he'd been posting his shoes of the day for years. Like, I remember when we was early in our dating, and he would be like posting on Instagram and putting all these hashtags and shit. And I'm like, can you pay attention to our date? Like, what is you doing? Like,
hello, woman here. Focus.
But I realized, like, that's him. That's his passion. That's what he enjoys. Like, he spent all his day working and doing BS he don't want to do, like most adults. Let him get his little 20 minutes of posting his pictures with his hashtags, like stuff like that. But the move, ma'am, we had movers, first of all.
Did y'all have to get 2 trucks? Because I know y'all didn't put no furniture on that truck with them 1,000 pairs of shoes.
No, it was one truck, but it was a big ass, it was an 18-wheeler. It was not, it wasn't like a regular, it was an 18-wheeler. Like, because we definitely brought our furniture, like beds and couches and stuff like that. Some stuff I did get rid of, like we got a new dining room table when we got here, but like we bought all of our beds, all of the couches, stuff like that. But it was literally an 18-wheeler.
Not an 18-wheeler.
Yes.
Fuck U-Haul. U-Haul, you could do nothing for the weathers.
They packed that thing, okay?
Oh, I'm sure
Packed
they
it.
did.
And they didn't even take all of it because my husband was like, these right here coming with me. So we both drove our cars down, packed them up. His was packed with all his shoes. I had some stuff packed away. I didn't even pack any. They took most of my shoes. I probably brought like 5 or 6 pairs with me that I really cared about, didn't want nothing to happen to. But he, like, the whole back of the SUV was packed of his shoes. Like, it was like 30 pairs.
I'm not gonna even tell you how I packed my shoes to move down here.
It's
It was
mess.
disrespectful as hell. It was disrespectful.
Because here's the other thing, he got a lot of pairs that don't even have boxes, so
right,
they was just getting thrown in boxes. We have 4 people moving our house. They spent a full day just on his shoes.
wow.
And the
I
guys
had 10
that
boxes.
moved us,
I had
the
10
guy,
boxes of shoes the first time I moved all my shoes because I kept the boxes.
mm-hmm.
And then I got rid of all the boxes because I was like, I don't even want to pack this shit up. So
Yeah.
I got rid of my boxes because at one point I had a shelving unit. I just threw all my sneakers in a box, but I laid them in there face down so they would, I knew they was gonna get a little smushed. I'm like, I just put some paper in them when I'm done. I ain't ever. Let me tell you something. I'm not ever packing up another 10 boxes worth of shoes. Not ever. And
If
y'all
we
packed
ever
up a
move
whole
again, if we ever move again, I'm getting movers. I'm not doing it myself. There's no way in the hell. Because as his collection has grown, we have moved multiple times. This was the first time we moved out of state and the first time we used movers. Normally, we have a process where we start early. You know what I mean? So it's like a 30-day overlap where you ain't got to rush and get nothing. You could go get 100 pairs today, 50 tomorrow, something, like that.
Mm-hmm.
This time we had to like go. So it was movers. And the guys that moved us, they 2 of the 4 moved Odell Beckham to Cleveland and like unloaded his stuff. They was like, he the only person we ever seen to have as many shoes as your husband.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, that's insane.
That's crazy. Insane. That's crazy. Well, look, we got 6 minutes, and I want to be able to post this because this was actually a very, 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 very good interview, and I want everybody to be able to see this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on. My sister from another mister. I am a fan. I cannot wait to see next year's rotation of 30 Pink. We definitely should do 30 days of red. I might be able to get in on about 20 of them days. And thank you again for participating in my sneaker giveaway. I really, really appreciate y'all. That is a very, very near to my heart event, and I appreciate you. And thank you for asking me to come on your show. I cannot wait. We're gonna turn it out on the 15th, right? It's the 15th. Yeah, I know it's in my calendar, but I'm gonna come. I'm gonna drink some of my adult juice to, get myself all juiced up.
Lord, what have I got myself into? Not the adult juice, ma'am. Oh my goodness. But thank you so much for having me on tonight and for being willing to participate on the panel. I'm looking forward to that. I was looking forward to this. I'm excited. I'm always ready to chit chat with my fellow female sneakerheads. So I appreciate you so much for having me out. And then also just for being like, a connector for us in the sneakerhead community. You were one of the first female sneakerheads that I followed, and then from you, I was saying like, oh, let me follow this, whatever. Like, so I've been able to connect with a lot of people. And look at Tasia, Lord have mercy. What
Tasia talking about? Oh, Tasia crazy.
I didn't realize she was in here. Hey, girl. Just being able to connect with a lot of people. And interact with people, and most importantly, just fawn over y'all because y'all be doing the dopest, most awesome stuff. So thank y'all, and thank you so much for having me on. So I appreciate
no doubt. I'm sorry to have kept you for an hour and a half, but
girl, it's nothing. He doing shorty sneaker conversations right now, so I'm gonna just hop over there, warm up this dinner, and we good.
Yes. Okay, sis. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I know you in North Carolina, so we got to find a way to meet halfway. I don't know how far y'all are from us.
Girl, don't worry. We be in Charlotte because the Nike clearance store is there. We'll hit you up next time we down there.
Let me know, and we'll make it a date.
Awesome. All right. Have a good night.
You
Bye,
too.
everybody.
Good night, y'all.